Hello, friends. Chris Corsi here, president of Thrive Today, and I want to welcome you to the Relational Skills in Real Life podcast. Today's topic is Skill 18, one of these relational skills that we can use every day, every interaction. This is one of the relationship changing skills that help us create more joy and better connections in our relationships because Skill 18 is called Intervene Where the Brain is Stuck. That's right. Wouldn't you like to know what people need, what you need when you get stuck? When you're in pain, you're struggling, you're seeking relief, and maybe well-intentioned people try to help you, they try to give you more information, but you feel misunderstood or you feel alone or you feel stuck because people aren't with you. They're not seeing you. They're not connecting with you, that there's something going on here that leaves you feeling misunderstood and alone. Well, friends, there's 5 kinds of pain. I like what Dr. Carl Lehman calls it the pain processing pathway. What that means is this is a system in your right hemisphere that leads to the left hemisphere that is processing information. And as long as we have what we need at each level of processing, then it'll continue to climb this ladder. And when you're able to process events, you're not traumatized. Your brain doesn't record it as a trauma. But when the pain gets stuck on this processing pathway, what happens is this is what we would consider to be kind of trauma, where I'm stuck here. Something is not getting completely processed. And so what that means is it's kind of like trying to um, digest food and your stomach is not digesting this food, right? Your stomach hurts. There's a byproduct here. There's a problem when the pain processing pathway does not get to finish what's going on in our life. Not fun, friends. And so the good news is we can learn to effectively help people, including ourselves, by knowing what solutions work when. And I'll give you a little bit of a hint here. There's only one level of the 5 kinds of pain. There's only one that resolves with more information, with better communication, with some teaching. There's only one out of the 5 that will resolve with words. And so what this means is 4 levels don't respond with better communication or words or more information. And that's very important because especially in the West here, we tend to use words and give people more information that should just fix all their problems. So if you help an addict better understand their addiction and what's happening in their pain, that's really insightful and helpful, but it's not going to fix the problem. Right. So simply understanding some problems or some pain isn't actually going to resolve the pain. So we need specific solutions at specific times to help people be able to get what they need and process their pain. So let's review the 5 levels here, and we will then go into a story about these 5 kinds of pain. So attachment at level 1. So at level 1 is the foundation of the control center, the 4 levels in the right hemisphere. And at level 1, we want attachment, a bonding. We want personal connection from family and friends. We want familiar faces so that we don't feel alone. So at level 1, we just want our people, right? I can remember when my boys were very young. There were times their level 1 just wanted mommy. I am not mommy. They only wanted mommy. I did not look like mommy or sound like mommy or smell like mommy. So at level 1, it's like, I want my familiar face. And when there's a pain at level 1, I feel alone. I feel isolated, rejected, abandoned. It's really hard stuff at level 1. Words do not help. Words will make it worse when there's pain at level 1. And then up the control center, we come into level 2, the assessment center, which is still subcortical along with level 1. So what's happening at levels 1 and 2 does not ask our permission before it reacts. I like the assessment center. What Jim calls it is the guard center. Jim Wilder calls it the guard shack, actually. And the guard shack is where we need high capacity minds who can help us quiet, because the guard shack is always scanning the environment for threats. And it safeguards what's coming in. So it knows when you're walking down the trail and you see some movement, a little squiggly something in the corner of your eye, your guard shack says, oh, wait a minute, what's that? So it's always scanning. And this is where we get strong survival responses, right? You might do the fight, the flee, the freeze, right? There's lots of different responses here. where we even become who we think people want us to be. That would be one of the responses. So we have these responses at level 2 where we just need somebody who can handle what we can't and be with us so we can quiet these big feelings. And then at level 3, right? So we've gone through level 1, level 2. Now we're at level 3, which is our attunement center. We call level 3 attunement center. This is where we need someone and we want someone to be with us, to share our distress with us so that we feel seen, heard, and understood. So attunement at level 3 is where we weep with those who weep and rejoice with those who rejoice. So we are connecting and we feel like I feel like you see me and you hear me and you understand me at level 3. So as long as we get that mutual mind, as we call it, then we're able to continue the pain processing pathway up to level 4. And this is the action center. At level 4, we're just trying to stay our relational selves and respond in ways that reflect who God made us to be. So this is what we call the acting like ourself skill. So how do I stay me right now? And when I can't manage what I feel at level 3, 2, or 1, then what happens is I don't have a clear sense of who I am. Right. And so this is where I'm really focused on how do I be me right now? We used to say, what would Jesus do? I think that was in the 90s, right? Wear those little bracelets. What would Jesus do? That's our level 4. That's a level 4 appeal. How would Jesus respond in this? That's our level 4 action center. How do I stay me right now? Or how do I get back to me when I've forgotten who I am? And as long as information is processing through that pipeline, then what happens is information goes over to the left hemisphere, what we call level 5, where we try to articulate what's happening in us. This is where we're trying to explain what's happening. This is what Marcus Warner would call our narrative engine. So here we use words to explain what's happening in us or around us, how we make sense of the world, right? This is where information and words and teaching are very helpful, because a breakdown at level 5 means I'm confused. I need more information. It's kind of like if you've ever been lost and you just need somebody to tell you how to get out of here. What turn do I make here to get back to the highway, right? You just need some information. Tell me what to do. This is where words help. So ideally, we work our way through this pain processing pathway where we feel connected at level 1, we feel safe at level 2, we feel seen, heard, and understood at level 3. We feel like we're able to stay ourselves at level 4. And then at level 5, we make sense out of what's happening. We find words and we say, you won't believe how my day's been. Let me tell you about my day. So this is where words are very helpful. And friends, I can remember one time, actually, Jen and I had a day date, and we went up the Michigan coast to a lighthouse and just had a great picnic planned, and it was going to be a special day. And we went to this lighthouse and we were going to go up the stairs all the way to the top and look at the beautiful view. We started walking up the stairs and we got about halfway, a little more than halfway up the stairs. And these were the stairs that you could see through, so you could see the bottom. And Jen happened to look down and her fear of heights took over. So it caught her off guard, and then she froze and she just gripped the railing on the stairs and she froze. And my immediate response when I saw her was to just give her some words, right? Level 5. And I said, honey, it's okay. These stairs are strong. They're metal. They're graded stairs. Like, you're not going to fall through. The stairs aren't going to break. Let's just keep going, right? So I tried to give her level 5 solution. How well do you think that went? Nope, did not go well because she wasn't at level 5. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll show her what to do. So I moved my foot from one step to the other while holding the rail. I'm like, look, honey, this is all you have to do, right? I was appealing to her level 4. You just need that action, that example, that model. That didn't work, right? Okay, so she wasn't at level 4 pain. And all right, well, level 3 is attunement. So if I share some of her feelings with her, maybe that'll help her snap out of it, right? So I was saying, like, this is really scary, isn't it? Like, you've got some big feelings here. Well, that didn't fix it. So what that told me, once my training kicked in, I realized, oh, Jen's at level 2. Her assessment center, her guard shack is going crazy right now. So she has some big, strong feelings. She feels like she's going to die. And level 2 is not necessarily anchored in reality, right? These are where phobias and fears. So she level 2 thought she was going to die. So I put my arm around her. I leaned in right next to her and softly spoke into her ear. And I said, honey, let's just take a breather. And then I prayed for her and I said, let's just take a breather while I rubbed her back. So I'm right here with you, right? That's appealing to level 1. I'm right here with you. But level 2 just needed to know I'm going to be okay. Someone's with me here. A high capacity mind is with me. And so when I did that, helped her catch her breath. And then level 3 came on, right? And then now she was ready to, let me share that with her. Like, yeah, this is really intense for you. And then level 4 came on. And she's like, okay, here's what I need. Hold my hand and walk up there with me. So her level 4 is like, this is who I am. This is what I need right now. And we got to the top. And her level 5 then started to make sense out of this and articulate. She goes, wow, that was intense. I forgot about my fear of heights. I just looked down and then I thought that I was going to, fall through the stairs. So then she had her words and then we could talk about it. Thankfully, she stayed herself at that point. She said, honey, you go walk around and take pictures for me. I'm going to stay right here by the railing. So she didn't want to walk around. She knew what she wanted, which was to stay put. So I walked around and took a bunch of great pictures. And then together we walked down the stairs. So friends, this is a really good example of when I was using the wrong solution for her pain, it was not working. In fact, it's probably making it worse for her. But knowing what she needed when really helped get her back. And so this is why we really love Skill 18, because it helps you to know what is needed when, so you use the right resource and solution for your pain as well as the pain in people around you. So we become better listeners, more attuned friends, more available parents who love well, more effective counselors and therapists who are able to help people process their pain. This is the skill that says, I know what you need right now. And so, friends, our track 3 at Thrive on our Thrive training is all about training these skills. This is where you learn these solutions. Every day is a specific level of pain, and we practice that solution. So join us at one of our Thrive trainings, or you know what? My Transforming Fellowship book also has a whole chapter on this skill, and you can learn more information about it there. But may you continue to be the person who listens well and loves well and stays present no matter what's going on in you or around you.